Aggressive defense for Minnesota. Darian White with the shot, it's good. Break, we're back in action. Darian White up with the right and in. What a response there after the timeout. Darian White. White kicks it over to Squires in the corner from deep. She knocks it down. And turnover, Darian White with the nice play, and she gets the layup. That's good. Good defense there. Bad Bear with the block, and now Squires open in the offensive side, and it's good. Good defense there by White. She puts it up. No good, but wow, what an attempt by Darian White.
Potts with it on the right wing, now to White. White back to Potts on the pick and roll, and she finishes. Forced 498, only turned it over 497 times, so just barely positive as there's a quick little elbow jumper from White to stretch Nebraska's lead to 6-0.
That's a tough matchup for Woodson. The height deficit there. Potts, much taller. Good defense by the freshman.
And now Nebraska turns it over. First of the night for the Huskers, and immediately the Lady Demons give it right back. Shelley gets it into White, who stops at the top of the key. Back to Shelley, who came all the way around from the other side, and the three-pointer is good.
It was a really nice kind of stop on a dime right there, but she just wasn't able to convert.
Wide open, it's Hake, and you can't leave her alone like that in the corner. Stewart rebounds it for Nebraska, and White will hand it off here to Nisley. She doesn't have any doubts about that one as she knocks it down from the right wing.
And then you have your point guard, Darian White, who's 5'6", who's running the show.
And she has a really sweet scoop shot layup there with the left hand. Whips it to the right side. White didn't take a three-pointer. Pulls up a nice kind of hybrid floater jump shot there at the free throw line. Goes.
I mean, she has games where she looks like she's the best Big Ten forward in the league, and other games where it's not so much the case.
Well, you like the sign of that. Jazz Shelley knocking down a three early in 5-2. White driving inside, off the glass, couldn't finish, grabs her own miss. At 5'6", back up with the right hand and lays it in. That is why she was Big Sky Conference first team in 2021, 2022 in fall, and up the floor comes Darian White. Electing to go a little fast, driving inside, tries to dump it off to Markowski, and one bucket again.
That's an incredible pass, Bobby, and that's exactly why she's second all time. And a great job of keeping her head up while driving to the basket, a beautiful dish, and once again, Markowski draws the foul. Let's see if she can put this and one up.
A mix and match with Darian White. White double teamed, finds Petrie down low. Petrie, one dribble, spins to her left, and it falls in with the right hand. That's the Australian pipeline right there.
From beginning to the end, crossing half court, that's going to be a big factor.
White mid-range from the elbow knocks it down, and Nebraska is currently on a 14-0 run over the last 4.5 minutes. A little short. Rebound comes down,
numbers.
Up the floor comes Alcorn State right in front of us. Ball is tipped. Potts able to grab it, gets it in the hands of White.
The Jays came out on fire against Nebraska, hit 5 of their first 8 three-pointers, took the big lead, never looked back, and the Jays went on to win it. There is Markowski working down low. Highly recruited out of high school, chose the Jays, and he's been great for great little move, nice step through, and the bucket by White.
Impressed with Nebraska's footwork early on. First you had the pretty in-out.
We mentioned off the top, last year they were 5 of 8 against Nebraska. They are 5 of 7 right now. There's White, underhand scoop, tries to foul on a three-point opportunity for Darian White.
She is acrobatic with this finish. Doesn't even necessarily pump fake, but yet gets the defense to body up to her so she's able to draw that contact. And she doesn't initiate it, the defense does, so that's going to be easy and one. And she's does a good job of recognizing switches.
Great take and drive, Darian White.
Darian White, the Montana State transfer with the layup. Nebraska down 7. Larry and Megan have the second half.
It's a good look for Shelley.
And a turnover, great defense by White. See if that provides some momentum for Nebraska. Great take. Darian White beat everybody down the floor and lays it in. Nebraska now within 5.
Shot fall that's not from the charity stripe.
We'll see if Darian White can get it going here. Steps back on the mid-range jumper, and she connects. The Huskers don't force too many turnovers on the year. They're last in the Big Ten at less than 13 per game. Here's Kroll. Got it from 3.
Well, that's what you want to see with her coming back. And CUSA All-Conference second team, a tremendous move down low for points. And Markowski, same exact move.
Quickly, right down the lane with her left hand. Shelley feeds the post. Here's Markowski, gets doubled pretty quickly. Huskers swinging it around the perimeter. Over to Potts in the short corner. Rimming in for the freshman. And White gives it up to Shelley. We'll see if she does that. Fakes a shot. Gives it up to Coley in the left corner. Turns it over. Here comes Caverly. Up the court. Perry, good pass. Got tipped though. Darian White able to get her hands on it. Good screen by Markowski. Shelley gets all the way under the rim, but a good swing to the left wing to a wide open Natalie Potts. Left that one short. White, offensive glass.
I think they wanted a foul for Perry hitting the deck too.
White with a head of steam down the other way. Shelley stops and pops. Good!
That's what you want to see. Well, at least the shot clock reset to 20 seconds for Nebraska right there on that Kellen Hake floater.
Hake now from way outside. Downs it from distance.
Guarded by Morgan, takes a screen from Markowski. Shelley, jumper, nothing but net. Really tight on that as both teams just aggressive on the boards. As White now, she'll try another floater and hits it. So the Huskers don't score for a little bit there and in that area.
Great move by Morgan. Almost faked the pass to Gustanate there.
Little hook and Alexis Markowski. How many times have we seen her do that? Just had a three-point play, made a 3. Gotten herself into the paint now. As Natalie Potts will go to work in the paint. Nice little hook and in. And the 2-time Big Ten Freshman of the Week brings her team back within 3. Darian White now takes a screen from Markowski. Gets into the paint. Pulls up. Skip pass to Shelley. 4-3. Chaz Shelley.
Those are her first points of the game, coming off that 30-point game against Florida. So if she gets going, watch out.
Darian White dumps in. Kendall Coley, turnaround jumper. He hit a 3 along with that from Jazz Shelley earlier in the game. We are on a 1,000-point watch for Jazz Shelley. She gets 9 away. Kendall Coley for 3, yes! Kendall Coley. Turns around, Markowski over to White. White dives into the paint, right-handed floater off the glass. And that cuts the lead to 8.
Nebraska coming off of a big-time win over Georgia Tech, their first Power 5 win of the season. And a 3 from the corner, knocked down. Darian White with a big-time 3 early.
Open looks, and that's been really the result for why they've had so much success from beyond the arc.
Could not finish was Taylor Henderson. Rebound Markowski. Here comes Shelley back down the floor. Darian White driving inside. So lethal and a quick finish to the basket. And 10-2 lead. Zone is going to be a story for UNCW. They're putting it on a press. Driving inside. White kicks out. Shelley 3 on the way from the right wing. Knocks it down again. Into the corner. Thought about 3. Doesn't take it. Skip pass over to Hake. Her 3 on the way. Knocks it down again. The 3s are raining inside the vault.
Try to chin it. UNCW didn't do a good job right there, and that's why we find ourselves in a jump ball.
Inbounds to Potts. Potts, top of the key, knocks down a 3 of her own. Shelley is 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. Darian White, mid-range runner, knocks that one down as well. Nebraska still can't miss from the field.
Just gets inside, spins right back to her left shoulder over the right-hand side, which is exactly where she wants it. Able to finish the easy layup.
Darian White able to pick the pocket of range and go the distance to lay it in for 2.
In their lifetime, it's been death, taxes, and an Alexis Markowski double-double.
Essentially it is. She led the conference in them in the regular season last year. Was able to knock down the second free throw. Shelley off the glass and lays it in.
Jazz Shelley coming off of a triple-double performance. Only 5 Huskers have done that in program history, and she has 2 of them.
Shot from 3 falls for Kroll.
Your 4 teammates find the one who can strike and finish.
Hageman denied.
I like the intentionality of that drive, though, by Osment.
3, good. Moriarty knocks one down. Something Coach Williams pointed out, she wants her team to be deliberate. The speed comes in their half-court offense with the cuts and the ball movement. That baseline shot falls for Darian White. Get some help from Darian White. White spinning in the lane, falling away. Oh, what a tough basket.
Oh, my. Oh, boy. Take a look at White here. She's going to give you a little handsy dribble and then spin.
Kroll's able to get it out. Deep 3. Got it.
So you have 3 of them right there in the Big Ten. So that's pretty amazing for Caitlin Clark. So congrats to her.
White goes up with it. Nice little floater in the lane.
They just can't seem to get things going offensively.
Great crossover there by White, and the kick to Jazz Shelley, who knocks down the 3. She'll push the tempo. Then kicked out to the open look for Shelley. Jazz got it. Catch and shoot 3-pointer. Good hustle, right back up. Missley with the lay-in off the missed 3. Good follow by Reed. Open look, Darian White, got it. We'll take one also. Huskers up 53. Nebraska has not scored in the last 5.5 minutes. It's a 10-0 Jaguars run. 3 on the way, and that is the drought. Logan Missley with the 3.
Making Coach Williams look good.
Ball loose, picked up by White. Darian White, great bounce pass. Markowski reverse, got it.
What a great pass, and then look at that body control and finish with the reverse. 1,000 points.
White has space in front in transition and puts it through.
Nice little stop and pop for the transfer. Good body control.
Hake answers right back.
Boy, that's a big play for Hake, and she's had some big ones today.
Maryland, meanwhile, 3 of their last 3 as Nebraska on its heels a bit until it's in the hands of Jazz Shelley.
Big shot, really big shot.
Picked off.
See Markowski's numbers over the last 4. Meanwhile, the drive and a finish at the rim there from Darian White. They're going to count that a foul as well. Finish.
Well, right here, the next line of defense right there at the rim, not there in time to contest or disrupt.
Tenacity.
Shelley's only taken 3 shots, though. She's got to get more active, try to loosen things up for Nebraska on the offensive end as a team. She has been the difference maker here in the second half. Drawing Wisconsin 1 point away.
How about the answer on the opposite end?
Porter looking to find another gap, and there it is.
5 on the shot clock, had it tapped away. And this arrow is going to favor Nebraska.
Last shot opportunity for the Huskers. It's Markowski at the buzzer, igniting this crowd. 5 to shoot for Potts, the freshman. A difficult spot, finds White for 3, and it falls through. Ended that third quarter with 4 turnovers, no baskets in the last 4 minutes. Markowski with 4 personals knocks that away, igniting this fast break for the Huskers. Here is Missley, and she's been a hot hand today. Time over 20 this season compared to 15 all of last year, trying to get her shot clicking. Jazz Shelley, another one, looking to get on the board. She does with her first shot from beyond the arc. Extra pass, Shea Bolin lines it up from 3. The rebound taken by Darian White. White gets into the paint and pulls up for 2. It was great talking to her today too, Nick. I love what she said about how Jazz and Alexis have really encouraged her, how they are honest with me. She says it's not cupcakes and rainbows with them, as White slices to the rim. Darian White, the hesitation, and the floater off balance goes.
With the left hand, that is not an easy shot. This is pretty nice here, coming down that left lane line, fading away, left hand.
Especially Mara Braun and Grace Graholski for the Gophers, and Jazz Shelley for the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
White all the way to the rim and a nice finish. White. Mid-range jumper is good.
It's a major matchup in the backcourt for these 2 teams.
Yeah, 2 of the best point guards in the Big Ten. Both of them made all Big Ten teams last season.
Here's White working inside, spinning and hooking and scoring.
You know, that missed layup is kind of a very important key piece because they can't do that a whole lot because you won't get too many of those options.
White to Shelley for three, knocks it down. Not as much size out there for Nebraska compared to Michigan. They may have the rebounding advantage to start this second quarter. Felia inside. Oh, there's a quick hand by Darian White. She's off to the races and finishes.
I mean, they have some momentum now as Michigan seemed like they were grabbing it.
Annika Stewart checked in on that dead ball. And how about Darian White gliding to the rim for two? Here's Darian White with a head of steam. Kicks to the side. Kendall Moriarty bricks that three. Able to pick it off, though. Bounce pass inside. Darian White open look. Got it.
And cause more turnovers. And this game is almost all but over here with a 15-point lead with 2 minutes left.
White tries another three. And with that downtown delivery, Darian White has 11 points. The Huskers just bodied her up at all times. Darian White almost turns that one over as Shelley is somehow able to corral it. Nice pass inside. Wow. Darian White.
Lady Lions defenders, Thomas, sticky like glue in the onset. White, the feet of Markowski. Markowski going to quick trigger pull another ball. As we open, Thomas, been one of the most potent scorers for the Cornhuskers all year long, the freshman.
Yeah, she's done a great job. Three-pointer here from Potts, and of course that one's going to get buried right on cue. And
with Nebraska, lead remains with the Lady Lions, 19-12 with 6:39 to go. Coley recently just checked in. She'll get a bucket for what it's worth. Another one from her, as Markowski now has a double-double in the contest. White takes it, jumper off, high arcing shot lands.
Tried it there, unfortunately just off the mark.
The feed to the veteran, and White from the left corner goes as White, the Franklin, Mass native. White brings it forward, under 60 to go. She throws the floater up here to get two back of this afternoon's game. White taking it up for Nebraska. Fadeaway jumper from her won't connect. She'll get a second chance from it. She connects the second time around. Inbound incoming for Nebraska. White's got it. Final 15 seconds. White moving down low. White kisses it.
Someone to pass to. Clark slicing through. Can't get the layup to go. And again, good defense for Nebraska, being back in the paint and not allowing her a clean look. Darian White into the paint and the beautiful float. Kate Martin is always going to make those smart decisions for her team.
One of the reasons Caitlin Clark is who she is because of players like Kate Martin. And it's been a cold third quarter, 3 of 9 for Nebraska. But a turnover by the Hawkeyes. Shelley, good from 3.
And you got to reward that. I mean, Jazz Shelley goes to the floor.
And Nebraska will push. Shelley, the no look. The 3 from Nisley. She's got it.
Both teams seem to be trying to pick up the pace here a little bit. Great pass from White there into Potts with the finish with the left hand.
There's Markowski inside, working on a double team, but gets it to go, Kara.
Possibly a triple team.
Huskers pushing the pace now. Darian White sends it to Markowski inside. What can Markowski not do? In the corner for Darian White, 3 out of the way. Money from the transfer out of Montana State.
The Huskers. Ball reversal, finding the open shooter in the corner.
Well, here's Darian White on the drive, wide open, gets it to go.
One dribble pull up, knocked it down.
Going the other way for the Cornhuskers, they've got some momentum. Here's Darian White, gets it to go, Nebraska.
I'm sure she'd like to get it going here in the 4th.
Yeah, and credit to the Purdue defense on that and limiting Markowski and finding adjustments with her.
Another great read by Darian White. Score early in the shot clock.
White kicks it outside. Shelley with the open look from the corner. Knocks down the three-pointer. Shelley, my Petticourt now in the game for Rutgers. Out of that last timeout, we saw her in shoot-around and in warm-ups before the game. She really was struggling with the injury. She missed the Michigan State game. Nice drive there. Works on Markowski. Back out to Adams, in and out.
Great individual defense there by Markowski. Pushes her off the block, gets her nice and high in the lane, forces her to kick it out.
In clock time in the last 3.5 minutes, make it 4 minutes.
And if you're a Rutgers team that hasn't had a win in Big Ten play, momentum matters. Great move by Darian White.
Big take there for White.
The Huskers lost her there, chasing and recovering defensively. Great pass by
What
White.
a feed by Darian White. Jazz Shelley was waiting.
Watch Darian White in transition. The little scoop, shovel pass, and finish by Jazz Shelley. And then you saw, get yourself a good shot here on this possession.
Nebraska has not scored in the last 2 minutes. White pulls up and changes that with one shot.
She's got a stagger screen to her right. She's about to use double screen. She says now.
69-68. The scoring drought now belongs to Rutgers. They have not hit a bucket in more than 3 minutes. White with the steal.
And Amy Williams talked about making things difficult for Caitlin Clark. That was just too easy. Somebody has to step up and meet her earlier in the paint.
White on a nice find of the wraparound pass. White pull up. That's good.
Shelley being blanketed by Taylor. Gets it in the corner, and she's got the three. Her first bucket tonight.
On the 10 seconds on the shot clock, White drives inside, hands it off to Markowski. Markowski does the rest, and what a player she is inside the paint. It's not just the physicality, but the finesse that comes with it.
10 to go. As White drives in with the left hand, right around Adamusayo, and gets the lay-in. White, nice dish.
Just kept her head up the entire time. Darian White driving here, keeping her head up between 3 defenders, and finds Stewart, we talked about, where they were 16-0 back in the Big 12, and then in 13 and 14 when they got to 12 wins. Yeah.
It's a great turnaround. Gets the roll. Nice touch there by Stewart.
But a tall order. You know, Nebraska is playing well here at home in Lincoln. They're coming off the road, going to Ohio State and to Purdue this last week, and now in the sweet confines of Pinnacle Bank Arena.
Big play, getting to the basket. There's a lot of youth on the floor right now between both Nebraska and Illinois. A lot of the young stars to be in the Big Ten, if you will. Natalie Potts, another one for Nebraska.
First bucket goes down. Blow by White, rims it in.
White fakes the handoff.
Amy Williams wants her team to try to get into the paint, force Purdue's defense to shift, and they get open opportunities from the exterior.
By Darian White.
Hey, you got to execute. Coaches just don't say something in the huddle for you to be okay and go out and do something.
There's a lot written on that face.
Hey, 1,000 words.
Under 2 to play here in the third. Shelley, quick trigger. Another 3 for Nebraska.
Let's see here, nice poise in the quarter court. Totally setting that screen.
And all the way is White. She sees that seam and attacks right away. Second in the Big Ten in blocks per game, only behind Sarah Williams. Here's Nisley rattling in a 3. Yet again, a one and done for the Spartans. Halleck tries to get in on the play. Nisley added up.
They have that chemistry now, and it's paid off in a big way in this tournament.
Especially with the different waves of adversity they face. First, Emma Chardon missing the entire season. Riley Nelson, a 5-star recruit. Lavender Briggs, who had 25 points.
Has been in Maryland's program as long as she has. This is a team that has Elite 8 experience. They know what it's like to compete in March.
Alan Hake on this side.
Some really big plays already on this end of the ball. They need to get her going, especially in transition.
Darian White, a fearless take and high off the glass.
Darian White able to get to the basket. Nobody stops her. She blows by one defender and gets all the way. The help side has to come over and cut off that angle. You see right there, Kubek 2